Hello, Christina with the turned leg. And the weather in Michigan has just been crazy this year. We got snow early. It has been on the ground. Normally at Christmas time, like we're hoping for some snow to stick. It has been sticking and piling up. So that has forced me to not find cool junking treasures very much or even get out thrifting. So today I am going on a road trip. Come along. I'm going to hit a whole bunch of local thrift stores and see what I can find. First stop is the Volunteers of America thrift store. This thrift store is cool because they have colors that are always on sale. Make sure to check the colors. I always take a picture of my phone because I forget, but there are good deals to be had and lots of Christmas stuff still around. Now, I think this video will be probably going out on Christmas, so I was buying before Christmas. Those mom and dad stockings were really cute. Always looking for vintage stockings and vintage linens, no matter the time of the year. And playing this back, I didn't even see that poinsettia. That was kind of cool. Wonder what the price is. Oh well, sometimes you miss things while you're there. That's why videotaping sometimes helps. This little Santa bell was cute. Bells usually do well, but I decided to pass and I headed off to furniture. The furniture prices here are pretty good. Everything is listed as is at this store. That baby bassinet was cool. The top was really dinged, and I don't do kid stuff, but once again, I think it was $10 or less. It was a good deal, and you just never know what you're going to find. So I always scout through this area, even looking for things for my home because the prices here are really good. Oh, and did I mention they also load the furniture for you? Now, this little table was beautiful, but the wobble test, oh my goodness, this was the wobbliest table I have ever seen. I'm surprised it was still standing. There was another one here, but it's that oak color, and I don't want too many projects for the new year. I have enough projects, and I have a lot of exciting things heading my way. Also saw this bench and chair. Horses tend to be the theme while I'm thrifting today. And I also spotted this really cool clock. If you didn't see my latest clock makeover with IOD, even this one would have been beautiful for the same makeover. And poor Loretta Lynn just made me laugh as I was going through records. I always look at everything. One of my favorite areas is looking at pictures. I'm always looking for original art. These weren't exactly what I was looking at, though. I like the older ones with perhaps a little bit more skill and detail. They also had just put out some carts. Lots of Christmas in here. I'm always amazed just how much Christmas there is on the shelves at Christmas time. And most of these were just like little tchotchkes. Lots of like Christmas light up houses. I don't know if these are doing well for anyone, but I'm usually not interested in them. There was this manger at a good price. I already have a lot, and this year they weren't selling as well as past years. But I didn't pass on this. This will be great for holding any ephemeral. Stay tuned to the end to see everything I purchased on this trip. And this bird, oh my goodness, $6? Are you kidding me? I find it funny that antiques are usually cheap at thrift stores or cheaper at most, but the home good items, those are pricey. And I also found a little something myself. This mug is coming home with me. This is one of those cozy mugs you can fill up and put your hands around to warm up. This will be perfect for hot chocolate. You won't see it on the thrift haul, but you'll see this. How cool is this budget bank? I also picked two of these up. I was hoping they were stained glass. They were plastic, but I still loved them at 99 cents each. I actually kept them for my own home decor. I'm going to show you a picture of what I did with them. Sometimes things like this just make me happy. Still looking for cool treasures, and I found a Santa I thought was a mug, but no, he lights up. Probably missing a hat. What's really funny is there was another one, I think also missing a hat. Never seen Santa lights like this. Maybe I've never really looked for them. Continued searching all the shelves, and yes, the bunnies are already out. This is a great time to stock up. In fact, I am going to be doing that very soon. Finding good spring stuff is always good off season, and that includes looking for baskets. Also currently obsessed with these blue dishes. I have some that are not Christmas plates. I'm planning on doing a really pretty, hopefully, display in my booth soon when I make it over for the new year. So stay tuned for that. I also have a customer that loves kitty cats, but that one was broke. And then these darn grab bags. So this whole bag, I really loved the mushroom. I also think there was a Napco. I think he was an owl or a bear or something in there. Looked kind of cool. Whole thing was $2. I just didn't know if it was worth it, but this was worth it. Check out this set. It was already sold with the plastic still on it. Oh my goodness. I can only imagine the price. It wasn't listed. And does your thrift store have Santa visit? This one does, and this was the setup. How cute was that? And check out what I found in the back. Oh my goodness, so excited for this. I've never seen a picture like this. Of course, it had to come home with me because when I find unique things, I just have to bring them home. Of course, I also did figure out more information on it. Next store was Motown Thrift Store. This is another store that has good sales for seniors every day of the week, and then they have 2 colors always on sale. So that is really exciting, and I love a good sale. Who doesn't? Lots of Christmas stuff to go through, really only looking for vintage, but my mom loves these that are from Hallmark that like play music and dance. None of them were working, and I didn't bring a battery. Kind of loved this idea. I've never seen a 12 Days of Christmas wreath. It was too pricey at $10, but it was kind of cool. What do you think? That might be fun to make for next year. Also loved the chicken and this country kitchen. All that stuff's making a comeback, but they were in really rough shape, so I decided to pass. This store does have inexpensive furniture too, and I found some greenery, but that one kind of looked too fake for me. I did scoop up this little shelf, of course, for the new year. Organization and shelves are hot. I love these little boxes. I did pass on them. They were real cedar. Also looking just anything for organization and display. This was a cool piece, but I just didn't need it for $5. I have a lot similar that I can use. And this bunny stole my heart, but he didn't make it into my cart. He was 99 cents, but oh my goodness. I'm ready for the bunnies in spring. Anyone else? Remember, horses were the theme, and these were all over. They were pricey because they were like, new home decor, so they think they're worth $1 million. Also, always finding these prints. Obviously, nobody wants them, but these little baby vintage prints where they're holding dogs and stuffed animals were a steal at 99 cents. I picked this up because, once again, organizational items are hot right now. And the little pot lady I left behind, but what did you think of her? This mirror too, I was kind of like, but it was $5. Also looking in prints and art, seeing what I can find, and baskets. And I did pick up a basket here, and it's a good thing because wait to see what I find next at this store. I really got lucky here. Next stop was clear glass, and I had to look. This was so pretty. I didn't need it, but 99 cents. It was just gorgeous. I'm sure there was so many things you could do with it. Decided to leave it for someone else. Gonna keep my eye out for more treasures, and I did spot one. Do you see that cloche? That was $3. Those sell all the time for me, so I'm glad I had a basket to put it in. Still looking. I'm telling you, clear glass, there's always crystal. There's just so many beautiful pieces mixed in. Let's go around the corner to some more colored glass, and you won't believe what I found. Oh my goodness. Depression candlesticks. Love the color. There was a lot of depression glass here, and I loaded up my cart. I am so glad I went thrifting today. What a find all of that was. You don't see that color very often. I did see a goose, duck, I don't know. The trend is here. It was only $1. They are selling, but I'm not quite there for picking them up all the time. I probably should, though. And I'm looking for pottery. This one was new, so I decided to pass. I love old dishes. I always like to see all of the pretty patterns. I didn't find too many things. I did find these two pieces. Maybe I should have picked them up. And I also spotted the glasses I always see at thrift stores. Does anyone else see this set, whether it's silver or gold, always at thrift stores near me? And the final store was the Step thrift store, and I literally found something the minute I walked in. Yeah, this was copper. Copper. I'm not sure if it's an umbrella stand or a coal scuttle, I believe it's called, but hey, I had to pick it up. There were also lots of beautiful mirrors. Didn't really need them, and their prices were a little bit more than I wanted to pay. I'm cheap. And they were all new, but they were really pretty, and they would make a stunning display wall. And then I spotted this beauty. This chair was $10, and it just spoke to me. It had like a burnt orange color. I don't know if it's picking up. It's also a steel chair. It was just gorgeous. It was a little filthy. Super comfortable, and the wear on the arms just absolutely made it for me. Another table. This was a beaut with great legs, but didn't pass the wobble test. I don't know what's up with the wobble test lately. These other chairs were good too, but I don't think I could ever get the cream or the white to come back. They were kind of just too far gone. Pretty kitchen chairs, not sturdy though, so they stayed here. Otherwise, I would have picked those up. Chairs have been selling really well. No vintage books, unfortunately. I don't know where the vintage books are going lately. If you're local and you know, please comment down below. I'm always on the hunt. What an amazing time thrifting. I think I know the secret, and I'm going to share it just with you guys, and then don't tell anyone else, okay? Thrifting. If you go to the thrift store and you're like, there is nothing I need, I'm not really, going to be buying, I'm just looking, then you're going to totally find everything you need, right? I mean, who else has had that happen to them? Today, when I went out, I really didn't have anything I need. I'm trying not to buy too much. In fact, I might even go on a little bit of a buying freeze for the new year, just for a little bit, just to make sure I'm being smart and using up all my stuff. But I found some cool stuff. And I think my other little tip about thrifting is always buy the cool stuff. The like, what is that? I love the bank I got. I got this glass pitcher that I've never seen anything like it. I just knew it had to be cool. And it was. And then the brass piece, which I think is for ashes or something like that. It's cool. So definitely had to pick those up. So let's take a look at all of the items that I found. with the look of that office chair. I just have to tell you too, like once I sat in it, like it was over. I knew I had to have and keep that chair. So the $10 chair I am keeping. I also kept the coffee mug that I don't know if you saw in the thrift haul, and I kept the stained glass windows and put them in my kitchen. You know, every once in a while you got to treat yourself when you find things that you love, and so often I'm finding things and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna sell it, and then I have regrets. So I decided to keep those items, and I am so thrilled that I did. This video is coming out on Christmas Eve, I hope. And I just want to take a very special moment to thank all of you for being here this year, or maybe you've just discovered me, for just being here and watching until the end of this video. It means the world to me. And I'm curious to know what brought you here and what you would like to see more of from the Turned Leg in 2026. I do have some big plans, and maybe you noticed my studio space behind me has changed a little bit. I spent some time right around my birthday making this space pretty, adding some paint on the walls, and I've also expanded it. I also have another studio space over here, and if you notice, there's a lot of empty shelves there. That is something I am so excited about. I don't know if you heard of Whatnot, but so many of you keep messaging me about, Christina, we want to buy those vintage items, and where can I purchase? And I'm always like, well, you have to go to my booth. But no longer. Starting in January, I will be selling on Whatnot. And if you've never heard of Whatnot, it is an amazing online community. You can get the app, download it. You can watch on your iPad. You can watch on your laptop. Be warned though, it could be a little addictive because there's so much good stuff on Whatnot. It's a whole bunch of sellers of all sorts of things, including my stuff, which is vintage, salvage, home goods, all of the things, antiques. And I am going to start selling on Whatnot. And if you're new to Whatnot, you can get a free $15 towards your first purchase on Whatnot. That is, yes, free money from me to you if you use my code, and I will put it in the description below. I'll also pop it up here on the screen. Just follow that link and then you can get $15 for joining. If you're interested also on selling on Whatnot, I will also put the code in the description below, and you can get some free money to start selling on Whatnot. And I'm hoping that perhaps some of you will pop over and keep me company for some of my very first shows. If you go over to the link now, you can bookmark my shows so that you receive a notification when I go live. My very first show, and I'm so excited about this, is going to be on January 13th at 8:30 Eastern. It is an online auction site, but there will also be a lot of items that you can pop in and buy it now. If you go to that show too, the very first item listed allows you to bookmark that and also receive bell notifications for whenever I host a live show. So that means you will now be able to get my vintage and salvage and thrifted items shipped to your house. And I am so excited. I'm also so excited to offer you the great deal of some free spending money too. I will be doing regular live shows on Tuesday mornings, so check for that if you're a morning person. I'm also probably going to be popping in at a bunch of other times. If you're not familiar with Whatnot, the community is absolutely wonderful and it is a fun place. And I am so very excited to join a whole bunch of my friends on Whatnot. I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is my very last video in 2025, but I have a feeling that 2026 is going to be a fabulous year, and I hope it is for all of you too. So thank you so much for watching. Now get out there to salvage, repurpose, and create.